we're in on these Panthers. Is there a team that you are willing to say will be the best defense in the NFL this season?
I'm from Cincinnati, and I hate to say it, but I think Pittsburgh's always tough. They've got some stuff to figure out. Everybody's looking at the TJ Watt situation, and then them sending Minka down to Miami. But you look at the build of that secondary with Darius Slay and Joey Porter and Jalen Ramsey, and then you have Highsmith off the edge, and then TJ Watt on the other side, Cam Hayward on the inside. They've got some dudes, and Patrick Queen, and you guys know I love Peyton Wilson at the linebacker level. So they've got a little bit of everything. They've got a 3-level approach that I like. I think they just got to figure out, do they feel good about Juan Thornhill at safety stepping in for Minka? And then I think the TJ Watt stuff gets figured out, but that defense, I think on all 3 levels, again, is going to have a really, really good opportunity to be a dangerous team this year in the NFL.
I mean, they were second in turnovers, ranked 12th in yards allowed, 8th in points per game. I love everything you're saying. Do you think Jalen's stepping in as safety for Minka?
It'd be a good question. I wonder how they'll play him. I don't know what they're going to do. It's because then they have three starters. You obviously Darius Slay, Joey Porter, and then Jalen Ramsey. Does he slide in and play the nickel position, or do they kind of rotate those guys around? But I think when you have really good players like that, you can figure out where to play them. But yeah, could they play him at safety? Absolutely. But I just like when you have a lot of DBs and a lot of talent and a lot of speed and length, you got a shot to be pretty good.
Should they? I mean, Beanie Bishop was good in that nickel spot last year too. Should they do that with Jalen?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of like that lineup right there. I think there's a lot of teams in the NFL that would say, hey, if this is our 5-man secondary, we're in pretty good shape.
I know everyone thinks the TJ deal is going to get done, probably because it should, A, and B, it's hard to imagine it not getting done. But we are hearing, from Steelers insider Mark Caboli, who we trust, that they've called around about his value, whether that's smoke and mirrors or, gamesmanship or leverage or whatever. If, hypothetically, if things were open, right? Who would you want to see swoop in? Which team to make an offer for TJ?
I mean, I would love for us to go do that. You go get an extra pass rusher. You had TJ Watt in a little black and processed blue. That's the official blue of the Carolina Panthers. I think we'd all take that, but we get some good young players. I think you kind of nailed it. I have a hard time believing that it doesn't get done. We led the NFL in forced fumbles last year at 19 TFLs. He had 11.5 sacks. And then the year before he had 19.5 sacks. The guy's still playing at a really high level. That position just calls for a big number. And I'm sure there's gamesmanship going both ways on this. Hey, we can trade you. Hey, I'm not going to show up to training camp. I think that this stuff always just gets done. And especially with a guy like TJ Watt, you got to believe that it would pain him not to be able to be there at the start of training camp and be with those guys and get on the field and put that helmet on and start playing football again.
Crazier trades have happened, Luke Kuechly, but hopefully it gets done. Are you as confident in the Bengals from your hometown Cincinnati getting it done with a gentleman who you were aglow about on this very program, SHEMAR Stewart?
I think for SHEMAR's sake and the Bengals' sake, they need to get it done sooner rather than later, because I think the consensus on SHEMAR has always been ultra talented, length, speed, athletic ability. But what I think has always been kind of not the question, but what people have talked about is, hey, he's a little bit of a work in progress. We need to continue to develop him. So yeah, I have a hard time believing it doesn't get done, but he's one of those guys, in contrary to TJ could show up and play, right? I think SHEMAR is a guy that he is going to benefit greatly from having the opportunity to practice and go through drills and step through movements and put his hands on guys and work on new techniques. So I think for a situation like this, if you're SHEMAR, you want this to get done as fast as possible, because the best thing for you in your career is to be on the field, on the grass, playing, because the development side of his game is, if he takes that seriously and he gets better, he's going to be a really dangerous player lined up all over that line for the
I know,
Bengals.
but how bad is this? Exactly what you're saying. You need the reps. Everyone said this before he was drafted. And from their side, they're reportedly, they're dug in. They're dug in on the language. It doesn't seem to be budging. How troublesome is this? What does this mean for him, for his development, and for the Bengals? How bad is this?
I think the biggest thing that sticks out to me is just it's from a development point of view. What did you miss out on during OTAs? That's a really good opportunity, a low stress environment to practice, right? And then training camp, things get a little bit more cranked up. So I think that's the biggest thing for me that sticks out. That's frustrating, probably for everybody, Bengals fans, is we need this guy to develop, and it's frustrating, I'm sure, on both sides that nothing has been done yet.
Let's end with a happy note here.
Okay.
Your bestie, Christian McCaffrey, welcomed in a beautiful, healthy, gorgeous baby girl with his wife, Olivia Culpo. I believe Colette, Annalise McCaffrey. Tell me about the group text chain. How did you come upon this information?
I got a text from our old athletic trainer, Ryan Vermeulen, that said, "Hey, Christian McCaffrey and Olivia had their baby. I'm so happy for them." I've given Christian a little bit of space, but he's so excited to be a dad. He's a great guy. Olivia and him are awesome. Their girl is going to be beautiful. And I'm just, with all that being said, I'm so excited for Christian McCaffrey to be back and be healthy. And I've talked glowingly about Christian. He's going to have a great season. He's a new dad. It's just everything for him, I think, makes me excited. He got married. He's got a beautiful little girl, and he's going to get an opportunity to do what he loves doing, and that's play football with the Niners again this year. So I think if you talk about a guy that's won the offseason, I think Christian fits in that category.
Your face sort of says it all with how happy you are for him.
It's the best. I can't wait for him to play. Number 23 with the Niners holding the football is what everybody in the NFL needs to see. So
who will be the most fun uncle of the bunch? I mean, Kittle's on the show tomorrow. Awesome. Are you and Greg fighting?
It'll be one of his brothers, his true uncle. It'll be one of those guys. I think Christian has there's four of them. There's three boys, and they're a super tight-knit family. And I think, Kittle would be a ton of fun. Juszczyk, Trent, Purdy. Yeah. But I think the winner will be one of those brothers of Christian, because they're super tight and they got a great family. And I think we're all very excited for them.
Are you proud of me for not really going into the whole Superman of this all, since it's a new movie and it's a hot thing? Are you like a little proud of me?
Absolutely.
All right. Absolutely. Appreciate it.